Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a couple of days, but we're here back with Dota Pit League season number 3, the group stages. We are so close, just a couple days away from ending the group stages and heading over to the playoffs. We still have a lot to find out. For example, will Team Empire make it to the top 2, or will Alliance take that spot from them? Currently, Empire sitting at 5-3 in Group B, sitting second behind Team Secret. Alliance down at 3-3, a little bit further down. Neither team is going to be eliminated. There's definitely no way that could possibly happen. My Insanity already gone from Group B. So still a lot to figure out here over the next couple of days as well. Very excited to bring you the action as always. There's a lot of Dota today. I hope you got your multi-Twitches open. I hope you got your dual monitor setups going as well. My name is Mott, joining you today here for the production from High Ground, brought to you by One Game Agency. It is Pit Muckle, of course, doing producing and observing. We've got Mott Packs on stats and jokes. And as always, Trelf is going to be joining us for the co-cast. Trelf, how are you today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling excited, and it should be a good matchup between these two teams.
This is, Alliance has been the team currently. There's been so many games where they've played so well. They just got off to a best-of-3 victory in the I-League qualifiers up against Vega. Mott Pex and I were watching that third game. We were enjoying ourselves quite a bit. We were talking about their drafts as well. It's no surprise, really, that they ban out the Treant and the IO on the side of Team Empire. This is the two go-to heroes for Alliance currently. Mad is quite the Treant player, I will say so myself, man. It's very difficult to deal with him when he's got his Ag Scepter up as well.
Yeah, Ags is one of the most fun abilities, I think, on a support. That's a new added ability for a hero. I mean, the only one that other comes to mind is like, I mean, there's several different things that Ags can upgrade. Like, the fun one is a Bane. If Bane gets an Ags, everyone that hits him while he's ultied gets applied the Nightmare. Ogre obviously gets a new ability, but the Treant one is really takes the cake as far as cool ability upgrades. But it's also really good. Like, I saw FNG playing it, I think, yesterday in something, and he had just had the whole map lit up, and then if you just put a tree on every single camp, whenever you cast it, you don't even have to cast it just to like use it in a fight. You can just cast it freely and then farm with it, and then you get a fast refresher after that too, which is really, really good in team fights. It does actually a ton of damage, but yeah, no Treant for them. Alliance go for a fast sniper. By the way, as you mentioned, Alliance seem to be on fire a little bit. It's kind of cool right now to see this time of the year when teams have, you know, they've gone through roster changes, they've gone through more roster changes. In Alliance's case, a couple months ago, they were going through different roster changes every single match. It was like the complexity of Europe. And, but they found this lineup, even though they had some trouble with it when they initially started and weren't winning very much, they stuck through it. And I think that we're seeing the effects of that, of the resilience of teams sticking together, working through their problems. And as you see now, they're a lot stronger than they once were. And
that seems to be kind of the case for, I think, Alliance in the past as well, is that they would have this roster and they knew that they had to play with the roster, and they really wouldn't kind of change the roster around unless they had to. At first, I was skeptical of Nikwa and his play, but he's really surprised me with how well he's played. He's been outstanding as of recently, and all 4 of the other players are top-tier players. They played on many teams before, and some legends in their own right. I do want to point out quickly that Mott Pax was telling me, I might be wrong about this, that I think Pycat is undefeated on Sniper currently, at least in this patch, which is absolutely absurd, and they're going to get it for him again. So, what a hero, what a player. We'll see how this turns out for Pycat.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Team Empire, Team Empire went with a quick rebuttal of Troll Magnus, which is very strong. Just because Troll, when he gets melee form, he's cleaving, he's hitting for tons of damage. You slap a Daedalus on it, and as a 6th item, he just hits really, really hard with his battle trance. It's a great combo. I thought they would have gone for a Zeus, just because I've seen Zeus's just like, you know, wreck snipers in the mid to late game, just because it's really hard, even though you're at such a far range because of your abilities of sniper and just the nature of the hero being able to shoot from far away. You know, Zeus doesn't care about that. And I've seen a number of times Zeus be a great answer to Sniper. It hasn't been picked or banned yet. They still have a chance to maybe get it as a support. Because well, you know what? Magnus could go offlane as well, and they could go troll safe. So it still could show up, and that would be interesting for me. I was going to say one more thing about the Sniper. Nope, it's going to be a Storm. Okay.
And you were talking about the Zeus pickup for against the Sniper. This is something we've seen EG do a lot of, where they'll pick up the Zeus, and I mean, it kind of helps that Sumail is actually amazing at that hero, but It's also just a very good matchup. No, they're not really going to get the denies. Like, Zeus isn't going to deny the sniper, his farmer shouldn't. And likewise, sniper shouldn't deny the farmer the Zeus. However, it is going to be the Storm Spirit here for Empire, and Resolution playing one of the better Storm Spirits in Europe for sure. He's quite the player. And Team Empire are on a bit of a slide. They've lost a lot of their games recently if you look at some of their recent matches, but they're looking to get back to their winning ways. They have that Magnus Troll combo, which you've already touched on, which has been kind of, it's been a little hot new thing. I've seen it a lot recently, and it's kind of been very, very, very interesting to watch. They do go for the Slaughter for Alliance, which I know both NIP and Alliance love picking this hero up in multiple facets, and this is really a load of hero. This is a hero he's played a lot of recently, and he actually has done a lot of work with it as well.
Yeah, I know he really likes that hero, but yeah, Team Empire do seem to be in a slump lately. I've been watching them. They've been, I mean, for a while I was considering them personally like one of the stronger teams in, like one of the strongest team, if not the strongest team. In their region. They were just so impressive with Yoki. And speaking of Yoki, he's not drafting right now. And I know that he was drafting for them for a long time, but maybe they're trying to switch things up because they are in a little bit of a rough spot. And it can hurt you too mentally knowing that Yoki can't show up for MLG, which is coming up soon.
Yeah.
And that could help. That hurts the team mentally. I mean, think back to DAC when I thought it was awful the fact that going into the tournament, more than, I would probably say, half the teams knew that they were going to replace someone, or the person playing knew they were going to be replaced. That's a terrible mentality to have into a game, and I know it's a little bit of a different thing here, but you know, knowing that they're not going to be able to play with Yoki at the upcoming LAN is a little bit hurting and disheartening, but yeah, you got to work with what you have. That's
so, like, God, I'm just going to say it right now, screw visa issues, man. It's like the DDoS of the real world. Visa issues pretty terrible. Fucking, like, I don't know, man. Like, teams from SEA apparently have such a rough time as well, too. Like, I heard Rave had some issues, obviously. It's like every year without fail, with the exception of the International, which is almost like 99%, like, teams make it there 99% with the exception of MUFC, like 2 years ago, when they unfortunately had somebody smoke on a plane, which was... That's their own fault, I think. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I forget who it was. If somebody could remind me. I'm pretty sure somebody did smoke on a plane, and that's why they weren't allowed to go to the International.
Unbelievable.
I might be wrong about that, though. Anyways. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. You trust me, it's crazy. But Empire versus Alliance coming up. Clockwork picked up for Alliance as their offlaner for Nequa. So it looks like it'll be Slaughter in the safe lane with the Vengeful Spirit, and then another support, get that fast Blink Dagger, start to team fight. They'll be able to zone out the Magnus if he is off lane pretty well, which he should be, because Storm will probably go mid and then Troll safe lane. For Empire, they just need a last support here. Lion is available, and I don't know, Lion Rubik seems okay. You could also go for, actually Ancient Apparition is banned, so no luck there. Maybe go for an Earthshaker as well, I believe, which is available, which is a hero that a lot of NA teams pick up, but I'm not sure about EU, so.
I don't know. I mean, Earthshaker's great. I think it's a little bit better on Radiant, but just for the block. But also, playing Earthshaker against a clock is just it's so annoying, and against a sniper too. They're gonna go with Dazzle, which I like. I know Team Empire likes too because it's one of their more favorite heroes. And then Night Stalker to round things out as a 4, I would presume, for Alliance. So they're gonna go with some kind of. I don't think it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane. That would be very scary against a Rubik Troll Dazzle. So probably a safe lane tri-lane with Slardar, Night Stalker. They're just going to pull, I presume, get them some levels until you hit until you hit minute 4. Hopefully, Storm Spirit is level 6 by that time, and you can really actually, even if he is, if you just put a value point into the silence, it's a very easy pickoff.
It's like 5 seconds at night, time duration, ridiculous silence.
Quite good.
I think that's fine as well. I usually see the Night Stalker played as like either a core or support in the offlane with another hero with him. But with a Clockwork in the game, that doesn't seem very plausible because Clockwork is going to be getting solo experience as he needs really to get to level 6. So, I mean, it's going to be mad playing the Night Stalker, but they're not going to have that dual lane offlane to work with. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they will go for the dual lane offlane, but we'll see.
I agree with you. It's definitely a little awkward up there. Like double melee, and not only double melee, but like, you know, Clockwork kind of annoys heroes with his cogs, and they can just get a little bit hairy up there with 2 heroes. But like you said, there is still a chance that they do it. I imagine he's just walking up here because he has the boots first and wants to get the war done as quickly as possible. We'll see if Aloha Dance can get here in time. He's rushing near as fast as he can. He kind of stopped a little bit. And I don't think he's going to spot out that ward. So that won't really block anything, but it will give us some good vision.
I'm a really big fan of this ward too. From the Radiant side, I think it's an underused ward. It gives you the vision of no, actually, it doesn't give you top rune spot vision, but it does give you vision of rotations through the river and pretty much all facets. And it also gives vision of the pull, the chain pull specifically, and if someone's going to gank you. It's just a very safe ward, especially for Clockwork. It's not one that's likely to get counter warded either, so I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I think it's also just a little bit easier to place.
True.
And so, but yeah, it does give good vision. Like you mentioned, the rotations from pulling to walking towards the top rune, you have full vision of all of that, so that's good. We're going to see a bit of a fight here top. There's 4 people for him, Empire, and only 3 for Alliance, so Alliance are going to have to give that one up and take the bottom one. And actually, Loda is going to give the rune to Pycat, and he won't have any kind of a block, but neither will Resolution, so it's kind of even. Resolution going for a fast bottle instead of the Null Talisman. Little interesting, but yeah, he's going to have that here in 1 creep kill.
Yeah, you usually see the Null Talisman, but I don't think he needs it. Like, it's not, he doesn't really need the base damage against the Sniper, because I don't think Sniper's going to have as good of a time denying in last hitting. I might be wrong about this. Pycat, obviously, with his 11-0 record on his hero, he knows how to play some Sniper. So we'll see how it turns out. But we do see the dual lane offlane coming out from Alliance, which we thought was interesting. You know, you'd have 2 melees, and I agree with you, but Nico's going to be splitting up the experience here, and they're going to kind of just let this happen for Alliance. Not sure how I feel about that.
I think it could be scary, though. Rubik Lift is very good against this kind of lane. The one thing that they will have work going for them is that if they don't start pulling, or maybe they get a lucky kill, they're going to out-level them. That's try lane. But, which is why I'm actually kind of curious why they're not pulling since the lane is so far forward. They're just kind of laning this, and maybe they can pull this side diagonally upwards.
Yep.
I don't think just straight up laning 3v2 when you're not doing anything is going to benefit them. They need to get some kind of edge here in the safe lane, and yeah, we'll have to see if they... No, they haven't pulled yet. This is very curious to me.
And it is starting to push out now, but I feel like they're like, okay, well, we really need to secure farm for Silent here. The thing is, he's a troll warlord. He can secure farm for himself. I don't think he needs the help of at least both of these heroes. One can go pull. Maybe they're just afraid of aggression, but even that, it's kind of surprising me. I agree with you that they should be pulling at this point. It is pushing in pretty well, though, so they're not going to pull just yet. Maybe they'll pull after the creep wave comes to the tower.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's definitely too awkward right then. Bottom lane, Yoki, how's he doing? He's got 1 CS. He's getting full experience, though, so that's really, really good for him. But, of course, it is a dual lane, and it's like, yeah, it's Slardar Venge, which is actually pretty good in terms of negative armor and a number of stuns that they have. Miyake throws out a stun here to try to harass Yoki a little bit. Yoki actually might fall if he skewers in both the heroes. Yeah, this actually might make him die. It's going to be so close.
That sprint is not enough. That level 1 sprint's just not enough speed, man. He's not fast enough. And the tower damage, he takes a bit of extra damage because of the sprint. And he's lucky to be alive there, man. Yoki is. Oh, meanwhile, mid lane Resolution gonna get voided. Shrapnel's gonna go. The early rotation from Mad. Resolution trying to get the first blood. Will he get it? Goes on to Pycat. Pycat gonna die to the tower, but Pycat does get the first blood, and that's a beautiful rotation from Mad. I think with a Invis rune, I believe. Yes, it was. Okay.
And they do get the kill on bottom as well. So Yoki stuck around way too long, and then I think Ake had another stun or something, but he doesn't have full vision of this area, keep in mind. He placed the ward a little bit deeper to block the connect camp. So there's patches of vision here down here where you actually can't really see Ake. And he's gonna walk around again, maybe harass him a little bit more with some stuns and whatnot, but yeah, Yoki unfortunately dying, feeding one off. There's a stun, we'll see how much they can harass him.
They don't have
no stun mana on the Slardar though.
Yeah, exactly. Loda's missing a couple CS here and there as well, so either Yoki's really doing a good job harassing, or just they're too, I think, set in on getting this kill on Yoki, which is fine. They did secure it, and they're getting farm for Loda as well. But you look at the CS top lane, and 21 CS for a troll, that's not super surprising. He's a troll warlord. He's going to get CS whether they're in the jungle or elsewhere in the lane, so he's off to a hot start. Resolution, despite dying, is your second in CS. Pycat third with 15. Pycat missing a couple of CS, not super surprising. This hero is not the easiest to CS with early on in the game before phase boots, but he's doing an okay job because he got that kill, and he's going to have phase in just a couple of seconds here. So far at the start of the game, 4 minutes in, and some action, but it's really, I think, maybe the first night that's going to be interesting is Matt is smoked up, 2 points in the void, 1 point in Hunter of the Night. Who will he go for? No point in the silence. Is there level 6 for resolution? Not yet. Okay.
Well, resolution could be in some trouble. Here comes the first void. I think he is going to fall here.
Yeah, he's dead, I believe. He buys before he dies, but that's just unfortunate timing. He didn't have his level 6, and Pycat actually just hits level 6 as well. Really good smoke cane coming up. Loda gave his bottle to Ake. Nicely played.
Wow!
He's got to use it soon. He will. Wow. Oh, man. My favorite.
Yeah, that's, you say unfortunate timing with the mid, but I also say like the kind of predictable timing. It just hit 4 minutes.
Yeah.
He's kind of sitting around mid. He walked bottom towards the rune, like around the river, or sorry, under the cliff, and then walked backwards. He kind of set himself up for that in a sense. Yes, of course, he didn't have vision. He was smoked up. It's scary, but that's just what Night Stalkers do, especially when there's support and they're looking for things to do because, you know, you don't really want to spend your time farming. Speaking of Night Stalker, here he comes.
God.
1 TP rotation. I don't think it's going to be in time, though.
And Matt just runs in again, and always want to fly might die as well. Does he have grave? Absolutely, and he's going to have to use it. He doesn't get it off. The shrapnel takes him down. Are you kidding me? Oh, Empire, this is not the start you're looking for. Pycat now up to 4-1-0. Shockwave's going to miss. Pycat has to phase out of there, but he should be. Oh, the skewer. Yoki's going in. Does he have RP? No. The right click. Yoki gets the kill.
Nice
That's
job.
a very important kill for Yoki, as well as the entirety of Empire.
I don't think he was respecting the skewer, and actually, if you look at it, he put 3 points in the skewer, and that extra 150 distance, I think, made the difference. Because I didn't even think that he could get that, but he did have the extra point in the skewer. You did not expect this to happen. Very nicely played by Yoki.
I bet if you're, hold that thought, top arena spot, Nick, going into Aloha Dance. He's in some trouble. Battery assault. This should be a kill, maybe, but they did get the, nope, no cliff. I think maybe Resolution's nearby, looking to try to stop this. They're going to be Aloha Dance staying alive. They still have the grave. They have the skewer assassinate. Goodbye, Aloha Dance, but they get Nikwa, which is a better trade in the end. However, Matt's looking to turn this. Resolution now. Does not still have his level 6 somehow.
5 points of experience away. He'll get it right after this creep.
There, finally. And now he can ball landing away if needed. He could also jump in, but that's dangerous, especially against the sniper. Pycat doing some work this game. They're rotating so many heroes mid now. And I feel like for Empire, they really have to get something done with both Yoki and Silent. Luckily, Silent's farming up a storm, but this is kind of a tough start. And I guess a lot of that has to do with the Night Stalker, and Matt's played so well. Yeah,
the Night Stalker aggression has really been paying off. But they do have good things going for them now. They have Resolution, who has actually really good CS, despite all this, 34 for him. He does have the ball lightning now, so ganks like that were just attempted here in mid aren't going to be as easy. You're really going to have to rely on the Night Stalker more and more, but he doesn't have Silence leveled up, so...
Nikwa gonna get telekinesis. There's the whirling axes. Bash is from Silent. I don't think he got one. Not that it matters. Aloha Dance finishes it up with a Fade Bolt. Solid kill. You talked about how scary this lane can be, especially for a Clockwork. Cogs will not save you from telekinesis. I don't even think he got him off, and he just got blown up.
Yeah, Rubik is thought of one of the better counters in lane to a Clockwork. And actually not even lane, but in general, like throughout the entirety of the game, using the telekinesis to kind of stifle the initiation of Clock. Not to mention it's easy to take some spells from him, get hook shot. Rocket's just really great from start to finish on Rubik. And looking at other spells that he could possibly steal, speaking of a Rocket's coming up here, he could steal, you know, Vengeance spells are good. Here comes the telekinesis again, this time on to the Night Stalker, but he's pretty tanky.
Silent had, I think, ranged whirling axes. No, he actually used them, just kidding. But still, they didn't want to dive the tower, fair enough. It was still nighttime, so the movement speed of the Night Stalker was pretty fast. Matt has his own bottle now, which is pretty big. He's going to be far away from getting an urn or an Agadams, but eventually that could be the case. So far, Empire have gotten a couple of kills to get back into it. The gold graph not really indicating who's in the lead. It's kind of all up and down all the way over the place, but it doesn't really give an indication. Experience is still pretty even as well, so this is okay. It's an okay start because Resolution will get some farm. He'll get towards that Orcam level, and so eventually he'll catch up enough where he can start doing work with these Storm Spirit ganks.
Yeah, and oh, he's actually going to go on towards mid. He's taking a lot of damage because he popped the DD. Nico not looking at his bottle or checking that, and that was a ton of damage from Resolution, so nice quick play there, but also at the same time, you got to check those bottles and make sure there's not any big runes like Invis or Haste or DDs. In this case, it was a DD.
Meanwhile, they're going to telekinesis Matt again. Rolling Axes, I believe, did go in the range for him. No bashes. 2 more right clicks should do the job. He bottles up in between them. He'll stay alive. Nice play, Matt. Rotation canceled as Resolution was going in. Yoki gonna get assassinated. Graved up, he'll stay alive. Nice Grave from Always Want to Fly to be there and make sure he stays up. And they actually can't secure a kill on either side, but Matt surviving it. Oh no, the flare. I did not see it coming clockwork, but still, I can imagine what happened. And Nico's gonna run in. Doesn't have clockwork hook yet. Hookshot's still not there. He's only level 5. That is kind of the downside, is that you look at the farm from the Magnus, he's 2 levels ahead of this other offlaner, and a lot of that has to do with Alliance being in lane with 2 heroes, so.
Slardar is TPing mid to go for a smoke gank. He has a fresh blink.
Yeah.
And they're looking to get a kill onto Always Want to Fly. They should be able to get this. I don't even know if they know the Grave is still on cooldown, but it is. They're going to actually sprint around, wait for this rune. I think they can just go, but...
Oh, defensive ping's coming out. Resolution knew. He's like, they're missing. Don't be there.
Yeah, Slardar is just randomly not farming bottom anymore.
And the lane's pretty pushed in.
Yeah, this is actually somewhat... Like, as time goes on, of course, it gets more obvious. But Silent doesn't care. And he still wants to farm, but he will die as a result.
Oh, the miss chance is ridiculous, but still, they will secure the kill. Resolution's gonna jump in. He's looking for Loda. Ball lightning's away. He's so close to the kill. He can't secure it, though, and he's kind of out of mana. He's got a ball lightning back up to the high ground. Blink, Slithering Crush comes in from Loda. The right click, the magic missile, the flare. They're all there top lane for Alliance, and they will secure the kill. Well, it's Alliance now. They're starting to play some 5-man Dota. It's paying off. They get 2 very big kills. The 2 top farmers for Empire. Both the Storm and Troll going down.
Oh, Aloha Dance could be in some trouble. Taking some auto ticks. There's a hook from Niqua too. The TP is canceled. Dazzle wouldn't be able to help in time, and man, Alliance are just starting to run over them. And it's not even, this last 3 minutes have all been in daytime too.
Yeah.
So you got to be very scared once it hits, 50 seconds from now. And the nighttime comes out. Night Stalker's level 7, has a full level 4 void. So it's going to be pretty scary in about 45 seconds here.
Just an unfortunate, timing for Empire, because they were doing pretty well up until that point. But then Alliance are like, okay, we're just going to 5-man for about a minute or 2 here and get a couple of kills. And they had no problem securing a lot of those. And that gets Pycat to his Sanj. He's going to go for the Morbid Mask as well to get to the Mask of Madness. So off to a good start. Loda's still not having treads yet. I think he doesn't have anything on the Courier. Mid lane, maybe some initiation coming in. Resolution is still farming mid. And for the time being, he's actually doing pretty well. You really have to have Resolution having some farm, because at some point the sniper probably goes for BKB, and then Resolution's effectiveness is not going to be great. And interesting ball lightning. Oh, big fight breaking out. Yoki magic missile. He has RP. Aloha. Oh, they get
wow.
as well. He went to the high ground. Now the skewer back. They're going to get a ball lightning. They're going to kill all 3. Beautifully done. Yoki pulled Ake from the high ground. He was right here. And they get 3 kills because of it.
That was really sick. Neek was running around with a haste rune. If he gets caught with a telekinesis, that actually could have been death, because the level 4 Slithering Crush is also stolen by Aloha Dance. Still a chance to actually get him here.
That one's gonna go telekinesis. There it is. Ball lighting, you're right. Now the Slithering Crush, which was stolen by Aloha Dance. They get the kill. Fly is gonna go up and throw up the Grave now. Always Want to Fly. Now on the run. Pycat still dealing with him. Assassinate's gonna fly. It'll be the kill, but it's just to support Dazzle at this point. Pycat.
Oh no.
No, the Void. It cancels the TP. Resolution trying to sneaky play. Not sneaky enough. Not for the sniper. Meanwhile, Loda going in hard, looking for Aloha Dance. Gets the Slithering Crush off onto Loda. Now they're going to turn around with this. Oh, the skewer back into telekinesis combo. Loda's going to fall. He went in too hard. Yoki says, I'll take that kill, but look at Pycat and Mad. They go in hard as well. They will finish the job this time. They'll finally clean it up. They'll get Aloha Dance, and that's a mega kill streak for Pycat as well.
They're trying to track down Pycat here. He's running around, though. He's quite fast. Always Want to Fly TP's in. He's actually going to put the level 1. It's only level 1 Poison Touch onto the Night Stalker. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, unfortunately. Really nice play there between Yoki and the Rubik. Rubik almost got off his Slithering Crush at the last second, but he wanted to wait and give enough time to make the Night Stalker run further, or far past the tower to take more damage, but it just couldn't get it off in time. I thought that was kind of a questionable play by Storm, actually. His idea was, I want to try to put auto attacks in to pressure the sniper to not ult the dazzle, but he was so low on mana. And he tried to go for the TP out, but he was just way too deep, and then, yeah, we saw the results of that.
And that was... I mean, Resolution, had he stayed alive there, maybe he has his Orchid by this point, and that's a very important item early on in the game, before any BKBs are up. And that's going to be a problem soon, I think, here for Empire. I want to ask, because there is a sniper in the game, there's a hero you want to engage on. What do you feel about Blink on Troll Warlord here for Silent? Is that something you'd look for at some point?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's just a matter of when does he want to get it. He still wants to get his damage up. And he's actually going for a Roshan sneak right here. He smoked himself in. They're fighting and actually posturing bottom, so this might not tip him off then. And he's actually taking it relatively quickly because he put the full 4 points into Fervor and has his boar as well, so, or wolf, I should say.
Who knows
will
what the
be
hell
a
this thing
successful
is.
Roche sneak, I think. And if they can get the kill on Nice Stalker here too, even better.
Oh my, they jump in equal hook shots, but it's a bit too late. Ball letting away, Slithering Crush misses.
Three-man!
On to 3. He gets 2 with the skewer back in. Will they fight this? The Fable goes to the grave on always want to fly. Pycat peeping from the back line. Ooh, haha, indeed. He's gonna fly. He's gonna find Aloha Dance as well, but here comes Silent. Looking to fight. Says, no, I don't think so. I'm just gonna leave right now. See you later, everybody. Turns into a 3-for-1 for Alliance. And that RP did more harm than good. They were not in a position to fight. Even though that RP was great, it was not the time for Empire to go.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Like, sometimes you can get baited by great plays, you know? Like, baited by an amazing RP, or the classic one is like, I hit the 5-second arrow, go, 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 and everyone rushes in and dies, but they're not really ready to fight. I think it would have been fine maybe if you just ran away after the RP, but when you've invested your time into a Blink RP, you kind of want to follow up, so there's that mental aspect of it too.
It's like you hit something so beautiful. It's like you've painted a masterpiece, but I don't know. You're just not. I don't know. There was no follow-up for that.
I'm waiting. Yes. Okay. Go on.
You know, sometimes I have like a really good idea of something to say, and then it just becomes.
It comes
horrible.
out of shit when you spew it out of your mouth. You're like, wait,
like a train crash, dude. Oh my god.
I sounded like Shakespeare in my head, but when it came out, I sounded like what's that guy? The guy from. Never mind.
Yes.
See, now I'm sounding like that guy. Thank you. Yes.
Resolution taking some damage. Will pop himself out there with the ball lightning. Just make sure he gets away. The Orc Malevolence now up, finally ready to go. All right, here we go. Radiant damage done that fight. 3,373 Pycats individual damage. 74% of that. Absurd. Sniper is a big factor so far for Alliance. He's the top in net worth. And now that they have some Blink Daggers, they have the Orchid as well. He's not as safe as maybe he'd like to be. TP in bottom might be a big fight here. Nequa looking to hookshot. Mad walked right in front of him for a second. Now they're not going to go for it. Silent really on the front line. He's going to run. He's going to see Nequa. He's going to find Mad as well. They're waiting. Hookshot connects onto 2. Will they get the cog up? No, there's going to be the telekinesis. They get the silence off as well. Nequa's going to go down to the Orchid. They've lost 2 already. Silent right-clicking down Mad. He still has the Aegis, mind you. Pycat, though, going to work, and his team, Silent, not ready to fight with him. Finally, the Aegis is going to fly, but everyone's back for Empire. Will Silent get out? It looks like he'll be okay. Turns into 2 for an Aegis, but they have to find a way to kill Pycat somehow. He's so difficult to deal with right now.
That was a game-winning Orchids by Resolution. Like, the second after the hook came in, he wasn't able to get the cogs down, even though it was a phenomenal hook because of the quick reactions from Resolution with the fresh Orchids. Really nicely played by him, and kind of the reason why they won that fight. I do have to say, though, and this could become a factor in the mid to late game too, and actually keep Slardar relevant, is this ulti that of Slardar's, which is only level 1 now, it's amazing at level 3 with negative 20 armor, is so good with Sniper just pecking in auto attacks slowly at this point, and it's going to be ridiculously fast later on. So keep that in mind, like the extra negative armor that he provides with Sniper is really strong. It was Charles Manson, by the way, who I was thinking of. Have you heard that guy talk?
No.
Oh, he just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. I mean, I know of him, but Nequa's going to hookshot in onto Yoki. He skewers out. Nequa actually maybe just hooked into his death, I think. And that is exactly the case. TP in for Matt as well as Ake. Ake's like, I just want to live, please. Silent goes to work with the axes, chops him down from afar. The tomahawks going through. Silent's going to get Slithering crushed. Now the Assassinate does kill Yoki on the backside. Silent gonna go down, and that's godlike for Podcat getting that second kill onto Silent. The double kill comes through. Oh man, now, this is the problem when you dive this far. Podcat just destroys your entire team. He's looking like he might be going 12-0 with this hero at this point in the game.
It's just really nice having the negative armor on them from Slardar. Like he doesn't even have any real damage items. Like the best one is Mom, which is fantastic with the hero, but SNY is a more mobility and like kind of utility item in that sense, where you can be fast, you can run away, you can. Oh, actually, I see a blink up top.
Resolution stunlock for days. Bash up as well. What a bash proc, but still Ake is going to get silenced up. He's going to fall. They need to leave immediately. They're just, the losses are too heavy currently. Slither and Crush about to go to the bash. They don't even need it. They just get the right click from Podcat and brings him down with a couple of headshot procs. Dude is so farmed, and that's just an awful trade for Empire. One that they really shouldn't have gone for.
Yeah, it's just the damage output is crazy from Podcat with the negative armor. And Slardar is actually going to go for a Midas. Loda has enough for it right now. He's going to get that for himself. And then the BKB, I think, is completed. Yeah, is ready to go on Podcat. So as far as taking him down, there are ways, of course. Like Troll hitting on top of him with an RP and then getting, once Empower gets up levels, like they're still not out of it. But, you know, we're seeing the damage output from Sniper without any real huge items. And that's the scary part.
Well, as of right now, they have to kill this guy. How, like, they're not dealing with him. They have no Blink Dagger for Troll Warlord yet, but they still have Blink RP. They still have Ball Lightning. There are ways to bring him down, but they're just not focusing him. And now with the BKB, I just don't know how he's going to die in this situation. You have to hit the RP before he hits his BKB. Get anything off. I mean, he's just going to BKB off the Orchid, but just do enough damage in that period of time. Empire are definitely going to have to get the next Ferocious Will.
Yeah, I think Empire can just kind of maybe slow it down a little bit. You know, I don't think you really want to fight into all these stuns of Alliance. Like, they have a lot of stuns, they have silence, they still want to fight, apparently.
Yeah,
and the way to do it is maybe get the jump, as you mentioned, onto the Sniper. Like, they have ways of killing him, but when he's protected by his team, with his team jumping in forward with whether it's clock hooks or Slardar's stun or what have you.
They know. RP onto 2, Skewer back. It's a good start to the fight. Ball Lightning in, Lotus, Slithering Crush onto 3. Now the Telekinesis going in onto Podcat, rather actually the pull. They'll get the Grave off. It's a 2-for-1 trade. The buyback from Matt, actually a 3-for-0. Always want to fly, swapped out Hillfall, but Resolution now in trouble. Getting low on mana. Ball Lightning's to the low ground, and he might survive. He'll get earned up. He has no mana to TP. The Assassinate almost kills him. He'll stay alive. Aloha Dance getting chased down as well. The Silence comes up. And they'll get a 3-for-3 trade as Matt gets the double kill. And they also pick up Resolution. I didn't see that kill. It looks like Podcat just ran in and destroyed him.
That was at the last second of the Earn Tick from the Night Stalker. So very fortuitous for him. Silence in trouble, doesn't have the negative armor onto him. But he's trying to defend this stack. I don't know if he can. He's got a Manta out the stun. He doesn't Manta out the stun from Ake. He could be in trouble if he gets 1 proc with a headshot, maybe 2. Doesn't have enough mana for the Assassin, unfortunately.
Pretty speedy, Silent is, so. But still, again, that's the fight. Exactly, man. Like, just like Empire have a huge RP. They kill 3 heroes. And then Pocket's like, I'm still alive. So, you know, I've just, all right, I guess I'm just going to right click you. And he didn't even use his BKB there. He got pulled in from the Storm Spirit. And he's like, nah, it's fine. I'm all right. And they just kill 3 heroes without any real problem whatsoever.
They did use the buyback on Night Stalker, and it was definitely worth it because he didn't. 1, they don't get the kill on Storm Spirit. 2, they don't get the kill on the Rubik. I don't think either. And just the fact that he's in there, you know, throwing out voids, being annoying, throwing out the crippling fear, which is also, keep in mind, it gives you that 50% miss chance in Night too, which is really good against Troll. I think he can get rid of it with the Manta, which is maybe why he went for it, but yeah, it's still a factor.
Yeah, Manta, not the most common choice for Troll, obviously, SNY being the more common of the 2, but there's a number of reasons why I'm sure he went for it, not that I can think of any, but he also is in power now, so as the game progresses further, Troll Warlord is going to be more and more of a factor, and I think that, honestly, the game goes late enough, he'll be able to carry this, although there is that Loda Slardar, and he's still pretty good in the late game, but Resolution as well on the side of Empire, so this game could go in any which way. And also, you have to understand that Podcat, if he dies right now to any hero, the amount of gold he's going to give away is probably well over 1,000, maybe even over 1,200 at this point in time. And that is a lot to give away just for one kill.
Yeah, Slardar in the late game has a really weird function. There's some potential action up top, but yeah, Slardar, it's like, as far as in the late game, in what he does for team fights and just in general, he's actually, in my opinion, not that strong. He just doesn't do as much as like a regular hard carry does. His individual attack damage is pretty unimpressive. What he does for his team, though, is very good. The amplified damage, he's amazing at honing in on one hero and shutting them down and making them untanky.
Oh, boy.
You see Roshan is going down so... Oh, no, the RP whiffed!
No, Resolution, he's not going to get the Aegis. They get it for Pycat. Now Silent goes in, they kill Pycat, but it's just the Aegis. Loda looking to re-engage, throws up the whirling axes. Now Pycat pops the BKB. Buyback coming in from Nico. They get the Grave off. Silent really trying to get this kill, and he just can't find it. The 10-second BKB. All the lines super low. Silent's going to get hooked up on the skewer, but there's no RP. Yoki's going to fall. 5-man wipe. Empire, see you later. Pycat peeping people from the back lines. Alliance fighting perfectly, and a mistake for Empire causes them to lose everybody.
Oh man, and Pycat doing some amazing kiting too, just running around with the Mask of Mana's face boots SNY, running backwards to hit them, running in the other direction to run away, and it could have been huge, man. Like that was going to be a perfect timing of how low Roche was with when the RP was coming out, but the shrapnel just stopped it. And
oh, the rim of shrapnel. What an ability! What an ability coming out from the sniper, and it's just really unfortunate positioning for Empire, and they're going to lose a tier 3 off the back end of this. More than likely, might even lose a Rax. I don't think Silent wants to buy back here. The ball lightning in, Loda in trouble, the pole goes through. Resolution gets Silenced up, he'll fall, goes in too hard, and now the door is open for Alliance to maybe try to finish this game if they want to, but I don't think that'll be the case. Oh, Aloha Dance gets graved up right before the assassinate comes. Probably would have died there. And, all right, there it is.
It was a nice chance there by Troll, and he did the right thing that fight. It just wasn't enough. They didn't have anyone else really dying on the side of Alliance, so they were able to protect the sniper for a good amount of time after he resurrected. So, we'll see. I mean, this can still change in a great RP. It's just a matter of actually getting it off. But, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. 17 and 2 for your sniper, who has the negative armor from both Venge and especially Slardar, has just the front line to keep him to keep him out of harm's way. It's like all his team wants to fight in front of him. They have tons of stuns. They're giving him tons of space. And again, he still doesn't even really have a real damage item. He's going to go for Scotty, I presume, with an ulti orb. Just keep him extra tanky and really slow down his target. But his damage is coming from his team and just his ability to kite his enemy.
This is just like, if someone asked me to show like the perennial sniper game in 6.83, this might be the one. Not that, again, it's not necessarily the hero that is solid, which he is, don't get me wrong. It's that Pycat is playing him so well, and like you've mentioned, his team is playing so well around him. And Empire just don't have, they're not getting in and out of the fights like they want to. Now, they have lost that tier 3 tower, but they're still in a position. Surprisingly, it's only a 4,000 net worth lead coming out for Alliance. But at the same time, that's when these big items come out. Mad's going to get his Ags with just 200 gold. Pycat looks like he'll be finishing up maybe a... I think it's going to be a Scotty. I might be wrong, though. And Resolution, well, on the other side, he has a BKB coming. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean... It still won't prevent you from the bashes of Slardar. There's the right-click damage. His amplified damage will still go through it, which is, again, the biggest thing. And I feel like this is what encompasses the hero of Slardar, is your negative armor of your ulti. Negative 20 armor. It's ridiculously insane. It's only a 5-second cooldown, so you can spam it, basically. It lasts for 25 seconds, 5 times the amount of the cooldown, so... You know, his stun is actually not too bad either in the late game. Like, it's a low cooldown. It
like a mini
RP
almost, when you think about it.
Yeah, kind of.
Obviously not to as much of an extent, but still. Pretty good ability. They'll try to defend mid. The glyph goes. They get the tier 1 bottom in the meantime. Pycat will take that tier 1 just to give him a bit more gold, because why not? Resolution has an invis rune. There is the Ags done for the Night Stalker. Any gem up on the board, let's check it out. None for either side, so no real vision just yet. And looks like, I think if you're Alliance, maybe you just sit back, farm a bit more, and try to take Roshan in the next fight. But if you're Empire, what do you do in this situation? They might even find Aloha Dance. He's gonna blink away just in time, but that Ag Scepter coming out from the Night Stalker, plus that Observer Ward on the ground, which has been pointed out.
Look how fast they all are. Like, the Night Stalker's running around at basically haste movement speed. Silent gets the ulti from Loda onto him. But yeah, Slardar's running around with this sprint on. Sniper's running around with this Mask of Madness on. And they're all doing this with the extra vision from the Aghanim's Night Stalker too. So they know exactly what they're running into. It's not like they're just kind of hoping for something. They see, you know, the possible threats coming into them. They see the pickoffs that are potential as well. So it's you know, everything's working perfectly here for Alliance right now.
This is the run at you style of Dota, which is unusual for Alliance. Not super unusual. I mean, they have an advantage at this point. They're going to take a full advantage of it if possible. They're going to head towards the top tier 1 tower. It's time for them to knock down all of the tier 1s if possible. And it's so hard for Empire to defend this at this point. In fact, I don't see them defending. BKB now done for Silent, finally. That's a pretty big item here. But again, like you talked about, the bashes from Loda, still going to be a big factor. Amplified damage, headshot procs. There's a lot to deal with here for Empire. And as the towers start falling here, Alliance get a bit more of a lead with now up to almost 7,500 in net worth. And as the game progresses further, it gets harder and harder. Alliance even pick up a gem. Empire are just walking mid. They're gonna ball lightning. They find an illusion. Got baited by an illusion with all 5 of their heroes there. And how unfortunate.
Alright, I hope my Dota TV is working now. I reconnected for the 2nd time. Sometimes it just, I don't know why it doesn't work, but yeah, at least they didn't use RP on an illusion. That would have been awful.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad. By the way, about Dota TV, I mean, it's just a lot of people have been having issues, and that's just been since like the beginning of Dota TV. There's been like a couple of threads where everyone's like, I can't believe that Dota TV is not working. Like, guys, listen, I understand you're upset. Trust me, I do. But Dota TV can be finicky. That's kind of part of the issue. So
right.
Bear with us, please.
Mod, I just want to say, dear Dota TV viewers, here we go. If you have any sort of issues, try to retoggle the audio slot. It sometimes works afterwards. It's gimmicky, it's nifty, and I know I hate it, but try it. Maybe it works. We try hard to fix anything that comes up, but we can't. Like, it's on Valve. All right.
We're known for our production. We're gonna try to make it as best as possible in any situation. So we are doing everything to make sure that you guys have the best viewing experience.
Alliance want to fight this bottom, by the way.
They really do. They're TPing in. Loda's looking to jump in with a Slithering Crush, and he's going to find out a resolution. The hookshot comes as well. Can they lock him down long enough? The Grave is going to go. He got bashed up for days. Ball Lightning's away. He'll stay alive. The Flare not going to connect. Resolution has to TP away, and he will make it out. Meanwhile, Pycat denies the tower. Aloha Dan's going to TP as well. They're going to just try to get everybody out of here as quickly as possible. The team back. Always Want to Fly might be the sacrifice. They're going to be able to lock him down. Yeah, they're going to swap him out. That's going to be an easy kill for them. They only lose 1 in that situation. They don't get the tower, though, and that's part of the problem. And Pycat gets yet another kill.
That's the scary thing. He's a huge bounty, though, if they can actually kill him. Once he had almost 20,000 net worth, he's got a godlike streak to take away. So if they get the kill, maybe that rubber band effect will actually come into play here for Team Empire. I mean, they have all the tools to win in the late game. They certainly do. It's just they got a friggin' fat sniper to deal with.
That has really been the biggest issue. And they're waiting a really long time to try to kill him. Or it's just because Slaughter is going to be pretty farmed at the next couple of fights. He has his BKB now. And all the rest of the heroes are going to be difficult to take down as well. So it's not only like, which the earlier fights when Yoki jumped in RP3, they had no problem taking those heroes down that were in the RP. But now it's going to be more difficult as time moves on. But again, Pycat still remains to be the juggernaut to bring down Goliath, if you will. And Empire's entire team at this point is David. And now for Empire, they have to deal with Roshan as well because it's up. And Alliance will probably wave a terror quickly. And they'll see that it's up. Alliance will head into the pit. And Empire have no vision over at the pit currently. And they need to find their way over there. Instead, they're going to smoke up. And they're going to try to maybe go for a gank at the top lane. Neek was not a bad target. We'll see if they can grab him.
Yeah, he should be able to fall. He doesn't have a 4-staff either. Wow, they even used the BKB from Resolution. That's That seems like a little bit of a waste, but
yeah.
maybe was scared of like a counter initiation.
I think so.
Slardar, but I still think he could have maybe held off a little bit. And it looks like Alliance are going to run here. I imagine this Roche dies in a matter of 7 seconds or something. Once
even
this,
if
after this Lincoln gets popped, bam.
Yeah,
One,
this is going to die so
2,
quickly.
3, 4.
Is it going to be fast enough? It looks like it will be as Alliance. They'll take it down. Silent's going to run in. Can they find an engagement off the back end of this? They're kind of herded into the pit. Telekinesis. RP is about to go. It'll be on to 2. Pycat getting blown up. So is Loda. Pops the cheese. Lotus stays alive. Resolution gets bashed up. Slithering Crush gets graved. Can they kill Pycat? The swap out from Ake. He'll stay alive. Pycat now pops the BKB, pops the bomb, gonna try to run away. Empire's still in a very good spot, but Silent's about to die. Gets forced onto the cliff, but still gonna go down. And the Aegis keeps Pycat up and ready to go. They'll lose Fly. They'll lose Silent as well. They brought down, I believe, just Pycat with the Aegis, and that is it. And unfortunately, Empire are not able to find the initiation or the team fight that they want in Alliance. They capitalize, and they're in a really good spot.
Felt like an almost exact same team fight from Roshan last time. The only difference is Magnus actually got a really good ulti off this time, but I mean, they got some kills. They were able to fight effectively. They got the kill on Sniper easily, but once he comes up with the Aegis, Ake with a great swap to keep him out of harm's way. Then Pycat just did the same thing he did last time. Starts kiting him around, running around. When they go on him, he runs away. When they run away, he goes on them. And it's very easy to do that with Sniper.
Pycat's gonna walk to the high ground. No Aegis, no cheese. They used it up in the last fight. And now it's 35 minutes into the game. High ground defense without your troll. Very difficult. They'll maybe, the blink in. Loda's gonna try to go in hard. Yoki's gonna get graved up. The hook shot's gonna fly as well. Yoki about to fall. Assassinate, I think, going. He will go down, it looks like. Matt also gets Yoki actually with the void. Now the ghost scepter up on Ake. Matt running in a low high dance. Peeping heroes left and right. His take aim range, so ridiculous. Resolution's gonna go down. No buyback for anybody on Empire and Alliance. They should be able to take a Rax off the back end of this despite being very low. Maybe they back up. They have to deal with Silent. He has a blink dagger. He has his BKB as well. How much are they willing to put forth here for Empire? Looks like they're not going to run in. Loda zoning everybody out. His blink dagger ready to go. And they're going to take a full set of racks and maybe back off here.
I think they can keep going. Like, Troll cannot fight into them once he has the ultimate from Slardar. And once Loda gets that, he's just going to die if he ever gets in range of the Sniper. So he has to play very far back. He has to wait for this, at least this Magnus, maybe even the Storm Spirit too, but I think they'll probably give it one more shot here with the Magnus once he comes up. I think they need to. I don't think they can come back from 4 racks down.
The Soul Cuirass is now up. The TP is going to come in from Aloha Dance. The Shrapnel goes through as well. He can't blink in now. The racks is gone, and there it is, 4 racks. This is what you were talking about. I mean, this is now going to become very difficult. Telekinesis was about to go for Aloha Dance, couldn't find the target to pick up. And that's, I just feel like, man, like Empire have not played super poorly, but they've made some mistakes, especially around the Roche pit, and not killing Pycat early on in this game. They don't have a way to initiate onto him, despite having these heroes that have the ability to do so. And that provides them so much room. And then Loda now getting online with the Silk Cross. Now even a Basher picked up, by the way, for Sniper. Wow, that is a ranged chance of 10% for Pycat. He clearly is investing in a pseudo headshot.
Yeah, I mean, the Basher is pretty awful, but if he upgrades it into the Abyssal, not only for the ability to, you know, use it on the Troll once he's trying to go man mode with you in melee range, but just the sheer fact that it gives so much damage, too. So, I mean, Abyssal's probably one of the best items, if not the best item in the entire game. It just costs a ton, but if he can get it, it doesn't really matter who you get it on.
Hold on, I want you to look at the score for the Sniper real quick. 21, 2, and 11. And 222 last hits. That is something special for Pycat, and there's a reason why he's 11-0 on this hero. Now his Abyssal is done. Mott packs, I think if we could see the stats on that item, I'd love to see that if possible, but it's ridiculous. He has it, man. There it is.
Yep, he has got it, and he's dishing out the damage. You know, we didn't really talk about too, but with the aura on him from Venge, he hits for an extra 36% damage, and I want to see him pop back on there. He's out of range now, but it's a good damage boost, especially in the fact, you know, I keep going back to the idea that they have this huge negative armor. -6 from Wave of Terror, and then 20 from the Slardar. That's 26 armor. And if they don't put the Dazzle Weave on themselves, then they have no way of really combating that. They also have the AC from Slardar too, which is another 5.
Yep, and they're really, at this point, they're pretty much just not wearing clothes. There's like no armor here for Empire, and they're exposed. And now Alliance are going to head up to the high ground again. And thank you, Motpax. It was more of a rhetorical kind of thing, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Baited indeed.
Now we get to have the great stat of 100% of snipers, or snipers that go Abyssal Blade, have 100% win rate.
That's right.
100% success rate.
At least if they're able to take this Rax, I think at this point, if they can take this 2-3 in Rax, then the game, I mean, it's Crips, the game will be over, and Empire will not be able to come back, and Alliance will be too far ahead. And you can forget about even jumping on Pycat. Pycat's died twice, or twice. One of them was early on in the game. I can't remember what the other time was, but I don't think it counts Aegis deaths, so I'm not sure what it is. Doesn't, so. Meanwhile, there's going to be the Remnant on the high ground. Resolution just trying to push this back. Loda's looking to jump in. He does have his sprint. Decides to back away. Aloha Dance actually blinked out in time. Pycat continues to right-click, and the Tier 3 tower is going to fall. Loda pops his Midas, gets a bit of extra gold. They still have the BKB. They'll back up for the time being, but they're just a couple of moments away from sieging this high ground and taking another Rax here, man.
They need to go for it. I think they need to pop the smoke and always want to fly now. Just go for a YOLO Magnus ulti.
Well, it's too late.
They don't have time to wait around. And speaking of,
I'll see you later, Resolution. He two-shot him. Pycat, two-shot Resolution. Ranged Rax going to go down. This is about to be a mega creep. Silent has to jump in. Swap out from Ake. Nikwa jumps in as well. Silent get graved up, but it's only going to last for a bit longer. Loda's going to bring down Always Want to Fly. RP onto 2. Silent finally going down. Has buyback. He'll have to use it, but I think at this point, Empire have decided that that is game. And it truly is. Alliance now, they're popping off. They take 4 heroes. They'll take game number 1 as well. Alliance, they are back, and they are looking better than ever. They're looking so damn strong right now.
Yeah, really nice roam coming out from this Night Stalker. That really set the pace of the game, honestly. I mean, we see the end result here as a ridiculously farmed sniper, but he didn't get there by himself. I mean, he did play phenomenally, of course, and I really liked his item progression, but he didn't get there by himself. He had really nice roaming from Mad on the Night Stalker. He had some great initiations from Slardar too, and just the nature of the hero of Slardar. He's kind of a selfless hero. He doesn't really, he usually doesn't have the greatest score, but he has a ton of negative armor. He has a high impact in fights. Nikwa with some great hook shots, really kind of took one for the team with the 9 deaths, by far the most on his team. But then of course Ake with his great swaps. It was just a very nice team effort, despite the fact that Sniper did go 24-2. He had some help, and it was just a nice showing here from the, I want to say, fresh-looking Alliance.
Yeah, they looked so damn strong. Empire looking to maybe rebound here. It is a 2-game series. They've got a chance here to tie this one up and stay up in that second place spot. However, they're 5-4 now. They'll be below Hellraisers, and Alliance now putting themselves up to 4-3. And if they get a victory here, they will move themselves right up tied with Hellraisers for that second place spot. We'll see if that's going to be the case, or if Empire will tie up the series. As always, thank you so much for joining us today here on Dota Pit, guys. Again, we really appreciate all the support you've given us throughout the season, through Dota TV tickets, through the compendium as well. Obviously, the Twitch Season Pass, which, by the way, it's just $6.99. It's a single purchase. You get so many valuable emotes, the dankest of emotes, if you will. And as we'll head into the second game, make sure you follow us on Twitter, @MottDota, @TralfDota, @MottPax, and @PimpMunkle, as well as @DotaPit, dotapit.com for more information. Game number 2 coming right up, guys. Stick around.